Hello, it's May Day and evening reading. Wanted to take a look at Senator Ted Cruz. He was in the news last week related to Maria Bartiromo's recordings that were taken by Abby Grossberg. Anyway, his defense for what was the private taped conversation, his defense was, I said the same thing on the news. Uh-oh, I've got my cord running down. Oh, no, you can't see it. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to take a look at it, and is he going to get into any trouble with, be looked at by Jack Smith? Is he a target of an investigation? So I already did the cards earlier today to take a quick look at this. So, and then I'll do a live reading with the Cowrie shells. So this represents Ted Cruz, the self. And when I look at this, the first thing I see is the hand over the chest, like somebody who took an oath, a senator. And the love goddess here, because the question was, is he a target? Let's say he's interested or attractive as a potential target because of being a senator. And this comes under characters. The tools that I drew was the tongue and the shield, which is the perfect way that he looks at this, is that whatever comes out of his mouth, he thinks he has immunity under the Constitution for speech and debate. And I think at the time that he was saying and doing what he was doing, we didn't have the recent court actions, what Lindsey Graham claimed in Georgia that went up through the appeals court. Lindsey Graham still had to testify, and he was protected for what happened within the purview of him speaking and debating as his role of congressman. And if they had any questions when he was interviewed, they could come back to the court. But it wasn't, you don't have to show up and you don't have to say anything and you're completely protected. And one of the things in these documents, it said that the district court had decided that for words spoken publicly, it was different than what they say on the floor or in their hearings or in the building. So if Ted Cruz is talking to a reporter either on TV or publicly, there's a question of whether that shield would cover. So when you first look at this, here's the resurrection, standing in the sunshine, bright light, and a rainbow. I think this is how Ted Cruz sees it. He's fine. Everything's great. He's got his constitutional protection. He's so smart. He's a lawyer, educated from top school. He's good. But what really caught my attention was this shadow part. So true, what he did, in terms of objecting on January 6th, or when it went into the morning of January 7th, he has protection. But this shadow part reaches somewhere else. And it's almost like there's a little bit of a hole here. So even though he thinks he's really good, there's a question. And even with the rainbow here, rainbow can mean, yes, everything's perfect, but the different colors of the rainbow raise different possibilities or energetic trends. And then there's some clouds here. And this also might be reflected that he's a little bit overly positive. I'm fine, everything's great. So it doesn't really say one way or the other than there's a current interest in him, and this protection is only partial. So, and it might be the other things that come out. So I'll put the cards up and we'll look at the cowrie shells. Ted Cruz. What's going on with you? What do our ancestors want to tell us? What would be helpful for us to know about Ted Cruz and the things that he's been up to or doing? What would be helpful for us to know? Is he gonna get anyway? Let's just take a look. What do you have to tell us? I won't detail this question too much. Ted Cruz, what's going on? What do the ancestors want to tell us? I always have to look in detail. Okay, what is this? Oh, it's a drill. Studying just a minute. Okay, so we start with sometimes I do a little lighter so it's a little easier for you to see. And then we'll look at this here. Firestone is in mineral next to the Wedame, and then there's the boot here. Firestone in mineral is the ancestors want to communicate with you. The Wedame in the political readings representing the undomesticated self ties more into the MAGA version. This is the substitute zone for this. And he's really adopted this MAGA message in his intent, passion. This is very much of a Texas. This is the boot here. And you can almost see a line in here that leads to the platform of power and then the mountain stone here. So he sees this relationship, this tie into the MAGA through the Texas boot going this way and through this way. That his place for power is through the MAGA, through the base. I think he wants to be president again. I didn't think You've got the triangle here, you've got the mountain stone here, you have the platform of power, it's entering Earth. If not president, he's really looking to be more powerful in an institution. And the angels underneath it. He wants to be given more power. I don't know. Or if Trump was president, could be related to law, like the I don't know. He's got president, like he could accept something in terms of a very important position or a very place of power through this line. The other snake bone is over here, and this ties to his relationship, probably his wife and the work she does. There's support for his work or what he wants to do in relationship to what his wife does. I know I've heard she's on Wall Street or a Wall Street type job. Both the blue water and the deep water are in water. They're in their own element. So if in a different reading, it would be you're aligned with the healing or reconciled in your awareness and not in your awareness. He's fine with what he's doing. He's fine with his messaging. He's happy with seeking this power. He's looking to drill down, and then there's the crown here and the sun here. Drill down the messages, fine point his message, bringing his message home, being seen for his messages, being loved and seen for his messages. And then you have the worry doll, which represents Ted Cruz right here. And underneath it is the fox, the GOP on this, and he's like basically covered over between blue and the deep water, the sacred values with the conch shell. So this can mean recordings because it's repeated, and shells will repeat the sounds of the ocean. So the recording with fox having to do with the, I would say, the overturn. He's surrendered to that and almost claims it now as who he is, to strike up energy. But it might this record, this is a piece of paper. This record with the wisdom, there's something, this may cause problems for him later, if disclosed fully, that there's more to this agreement or relationship than what we know. This could be a legal document or a summons. Maybe he's asked to testify. I'm not sure what this is, but I don't think it's as simple as everything is copacetic here. Probably similar to the deck of characters. He's riding high. He's like, everything's good. I'm on the sunshine. And then there's the shadow part. This leads almost in a circle around when you see this. And it comes over to here. And on here, there's a little like a child reaching up to an adult, scratching their head, and a cave and an organization. And I think this is almost like a reporter asking a question and scratching his head. Like, he has a lot to hide. If he's asked questions, he is going to hide quite a bit. There's quite a bit in his cave to hide. And also here's the orc stone. He has a lot still to hide. And the key here is the earth stone is in the jade ring. And this is something related to home, and in nature it's the chaos part of home. I think this could be associated with his plans to keep Trump in power. There's a 4 here. I'm not sure what the 4 means. It's funny because Santa Claus is here. Money is here. The mermaid's here with a ruler, and then the message here with the hummingbird. And then this coming into Earth, there's almost a block here. So in some senses, when this is all in mineral coming to Earth, this is like a story, purpose, intent. This is like your movement, your fire, also intent, but the getting things going. This is more structure. I don't know. I don't think his dreams or his intention or goals, there's not enough here. It's all like in the puffery here, or in the consciousness here, or what he's done in terms of changing, but really in terms of bringing it forward. And then there's the mermaid here with a ruler. and this braided ring that's in other political readings is the consortium. I don't know that he has the support of certain groups, and it's almost like he's measured up with a woman or women or whatever he thinks he's going to get. I think in this big dream and story and puffery and everything's happening for him for power. At the end of the day, he doesn't get the support he wants, and he might be in a little more trouble than he thinks. And I don't know, he thinks he has friends or allies, but Al Franken, I wish I had the quote, Al Franken made a joke about him. He's not a person who has, he's well liked or has a lot of friends. Anyway, this is my quick look. I think it's very similar to the deck of characters. He wants to shine on top of the world. Everything's great, rainbows and everything. But he's kind of over a little bit of a hole, and there's a whole shadow underneath. So have a good Monday and rest of the week, and thank you for watching.